And it is a final now. Tennessee defeats Miami of Ohio 78-56 in the first round of the NCAA tournament in Philadelphia. And the Volunteers advance to the second round where they will face 3-seed Virginia on Sunday. We should have a game time at some point tonight, and we will let you know as soon as that happens. But Tennessee, after much wailing and gnashing of teeth the last 48 hours or so, no problem today against Miami as the Redhawks are thoroughly outclassed. Alongside Bear and Davey Hudson of Outkick, I'm Russell Smith. Walker Smith, no relation, in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios with us today. 865-966-3435 is your phone number to call or text the show tonight. And boys, it did start off a little hairy there the first 4 or 5 minutes. Miami makes their first 4 shots in the game, and it looked like they weren't going to be able to miss. But then Tennessee's size, athleticism, and defensive intensity takes over, and Miami just really, really put in the blender today and could not have any of the success that they enjoyed the other night against SMU.
No, we just pummeled them, just ground them up. They weren't. I was listening on the TV broadcast on the way over here, and they were just talking about how when they were watching they saw Miami come out, the announcers did for their shoot around, and then they saw Tennessee come out, and he said there was a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this. I thought Tennessee came into this game ready. 51 points in the first half. I don't know. I feel like that's got to be a record in the Rick Barnes era. I don't have that number in front of me, but they came out ready to play. And, adjusted. Took a couple of minutes after those first couple of threes by Miami of Ohio, but I thought we really were ready for them when it was all said and done. And then the second half, you were able just to kind of coast, just make sure, hey, let's just get out of here. Granted,
yeah,
we'll talk about the injury front because there is some potential news that we need to be concerned with there.
It's fun to watch. I mean, after that 4-minute mark, they kind of came out and did the, where they just absolutely smothered them on defense.
Amazing performance today by Jacoby Gillespie. He looks healthy and ready to go. 29 points on 11 of 21 shooting, 9 assists, 3 steals, 3 turnovers, all occurred in the second half. I did think we let up the intensity a lot in the second half, which obviously we're not going to be able to afford to do going forward. So we'll talk about that. But the story Davey is alluding to, and we'll see what Rick Barnes says coming up here after the game. But Nate Ament today only plays 18 minutes, does not score. 0 of 3 shooting. He did have 3 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers. Clearly, he is not 100%. Did he tweak the ankle out there? Is he just not back yet? I don't know. But if he's not 100% today, I mean, there's not going to be much change in the next 48 hours or so. And that obviously changes the calculus of what our ceiling is if Nate Ament is unable to go or in any way hampered going forward.
Yeah, I mean, this was a team, everyone was talking about, should they be in the tournament, should they not? They were able to get the win over SMU, but at the end of the day, this was the last at-large team into the field. You're not going to be able to have another matchup like this moving forward where it's just, you can tell Tennessee is the much more athletic and physical team. You're just not going to see that. So able to take advantage now, but we know the recipe for success of Tennessee. This is what it will hinge for us moving forward is you got to have Nate and Jacoby both at their top game.
So looking forward, we'll play Virginia Sunday. And then after that, but if we were able to beat them, we basically play the winner of Iowa State, Kentucky.
Correct. Yes. That would be the Sweet 16 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, there's no more gimme games.
I think we could probably beat Virginia without Nate. I mean, it's going to take this kind of play from Jacoby, and some other guys are going to have to step up. It's going to be difficult. But I think we can win that game. Beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that is kind of the season kind of hangs on whatever's going on with Nate. What did they say? So, and I was driving for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, the second half. Did he start the second half?
He did. He was out there and didn't really do much when he was. The last I think he was in was right. They took him out at the under 12, and he did not come back in the game at that point. And they mentioned on the broadcast, Evan Washburn did, it's, hey, Tennessee's just being extra cautious here. I mean, the game had...
Well, yeah, they said he went back in the tunnel at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that just, one of those nights, we don't need him, whatever. Like, something happened. Something is going on with Nate Ament and that foot.
Well, and the last time we saw him was after the Vanderbilt game and came on with you guys whenever I was in Nashville, and the rumors and things speak as it related to what was going on. I was like, he tweaked his ankle at halftime or was messing with it at halftime.
Shout out to everybody on the Fan Run Sports YouTube channel. We appreciate you being there. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you're on there right now, hit that thumbs up button so we can get the algorithm up and get as many people in here as we possibly can. If you want to join the show, our phone number, as always, is 966-3435. 966-3435 is your phone number to get on the Voluntary Reaction post-game show. Tennessee victorious today. They win by 22 against Miami of Ohio, 78-56. And now we await a tip-off time for the round 2 game against Virginia.
Would also like to add on the injury front, JP Estrella there late did tweak his ankle. So they took him out at that point, showed a replay. You could obviously see where he rolled it. Hopefully that's not bad, and he is able to be full go come Sunday because we will need size against this Virginia team.
And he had a really good
double. Yeah, 14 and 10.
Solid game.
I thought everybody who played today, besides Nate, played well. I don't know that it matters going forward because Miami, again, just outclassed. And somewhere right now, Bruce Pearl is doing his Randy Marsh routine after he found the internet in California. There was a ghost. There's ectoplasm everywhere.
It's the ectoplasm ghost.
But, Bruce, hey, his son might not be able to coach his way out of a paper bag, but Bruce was right about
that.
Miami.
Was the most wins for a first-year Auburn head coach in the history of their program there, Russell. Don't you forget it.
Yep. It's true.
Now, granted, nobody else has taken over from a Final Four team. Been gifted elite players.
It's a massive budget. That was the other thing that I thought about on the way over here. That's the difference between big budget major college basketball and, Miami.
I will say from a media perspective, I like that Bruce will go on there and just say anything. Like he's the only one making headlines for that CBS crew
He's
right
very
now.
good. He's very good. We talked about it on our show this week. He's always in the studio. I know he's done a few games. Like if you're looking for somebody to replace Dick Vitale, as far as just being the life of the part, love him or hate him, whatever, Mr. Energy, like it would be Bruce.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but obviously he's got a future in TV. All right, let's get the phone calls going here. Enough of us. We want to hear from y'all. Some random guy is up first. Hello, Rando.
Gentlemen, we drink from the keg.
Hey, man, thank you for saying that. I know it's Miami. I know they're uncompetitive. Any NCAA tournament win is precious. I believe this is our 30th, or Rick's. I think this is our 30th all time.
Correct.
Yeah, because we're 29-6 all time in the tournament. I think we're 30-6 now. So, you don't know when your next one is going to come. And
look, like I am a couple years older than you. I hit 50 this week.
Happy birthday!
2 years behind. Thank you.
The big 5-0.
The big 5-0. And I can remember a time when trips to the tournament were a luxury, and winning tournament games were non-existent. So I am not going to throw a tournament win out of bed for eating crackers. I will tell you that much. Look, I said it on the drive 2 weeks ago when we were getting close to the end of the season, and I was on record. Miami of Ohio did not belong in that tournament. They did not. I don't care if they won 31 games. They had and Davey alluded to it. They had the absolute weakest resume of an at-large team in the modern era. And you said it, Russ. We will not get any more easy outs. They were a bad team by SEC standards. They were a bad team by SEC standards. The level that we play on is not the level that they play on. They were the worst at-large team in the modern era. We did what we needed to do, and I was glad to see us absolutely put them in the torture chamber from about the 10-minute mark on in the first half, and we just completely shut them down for the rest of the game, and we did what we needed to do. My bracket, I do have us getting past Virginia. I am concerned about Ament not being able to play and what that means, but even with Nate, with him being dinged up, I did not have us getting past Iowa State. I think our ceiling is one more win. I hope it's one more win. I hope we can make the Sweet 16 for the 5th consecutive time, which would extend our program historical run there. But, hey, any win is a good win, and I will take it. and we are on to the next. And please, for the love of God, if you have anything competitive anywhere down in your soul, Kimmy, now is the time. I'm begging you. You got to turn it on. You got to connect to those girls, and it's go time, because losing this game is not going to go well for anybody on that side of the program. So, Kimmy, give us what you got. We need it now. Let's not end this day on a down note and have to discuss possible coaching change. I believe in Lady Vols. I think they can get it done today. I hope they can get it done today. I pray they can get it done today. Let's get 2 tourney wins on the same day, guys. Go Big Orange, and we will talk on Sunday. Y'all take care. See you.
Thank you, Rando. 865-966-3435 as Rando drops off. That creates lines available for you this afternoon, 865-966-3435.
I was going to say, I mean, if Kimmy and them take a huge L, I don't know, that might bring you one step closer to Kara Lawson.
Oh, man.
You think we get Kara Lawson here?
Ultimately,
Kara to come home?
yes, I think you could.
Tamika should have got her little cousin come play basketball up here. A kid at Georgia. He's wasting away.
Pains me. It pains me to see what's happening. I have zero confidence in a Lady Vol victory today in Ann Arbor. That game tips off here in a little bit over an hour. So we should be running into that here eventually. Virginia today, they were in a dogfight with Wright State. They end up winning by 9, but that was a very close game until the final 2 or 3 minutes. Jakari White is a North Dakota State transfer for them. He went off today. He had 26 points on 10 of 12 shooting.
It was off the bench, too.
Off the bench. So he's somebody you're going to have to keep an eye on. And Davey, I mean, you've seen Virginia play a couple of times. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I would definitely tell people, like, hey, don't think, the Tony Bennett, we're going to play pack line defense. It's going to be a slow game.
Yeah.
They're looking to get the ball up court a lot faster. They do have a couple of bigs. Their best players, DeRitter. And, I mean, this is a guy that they're going to look to feed the offense through. Outside of that, the Onuwaso, I'm probably mispronouncing his name, that dude just absolutely cleans up at the rim. He is something that I am kind of nervous for our bigs, because he cost Cam Boozer some money in the draft, because he was able to show, like, hey, if you're going up against these bigger guys, like, I'm going to make you pay. So he is something that Tennessee definitely is going to have to game plan around. Like Jalen Carey just getting the offensive rebound, putting it right back up, that's not going to work against this guy. So I think this will be a good game. I guess my question to you guys would be, we always talk about you want to have that one dogfight, and once you're kind of through that, it becomes a little bit easier. Does Virginia going up and, having that close game, and then Tennessee just having that blowout give you a little bit of pause for concern?
I'm concerned about everything right now, Dave. To be quite honest, I'm nervous flipping wreck over here. Yeah, I'm worried about Estrella. I'm worried about Nate. I'm worried about, I don't know if my stomach can handle.
Are you asking me if I feel like we won by too much today?
Yeah, in a way.
We played too well. It was too good.
I thought about that with Jacoby when I was getting out of the car. Mike Keith was gushing.
Save a few.
And Lofton were gushing.
Save some of those threes, yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God. Because this season ends with him with a horrible stat line. Just a terrible stat line.
Well, I mean, and to that point, Virginia's going to have guys that can guard him. Jakari White, Chance Mallory, those guys will be able to guard him better than anybody Miami threw at him today.
It will be interesting, too, because we continue to see a lot of success today with the alley-oop, and we know Felix has been fantastic as far as setting the screen rolling and just having it right there. That is going to be few and far between, I think, come Sunday. I'd be surprised if we have more than one or two alley-oops the entire game.
We're going to start running into teams that can mess those up.
But, I mean, again, it's still, when you look at Virginia, they're gelling pretty well, but this is the first year in that system for almost all those players. So the experience isn't exactly something they have going for them. And so it's just, I got to give a little bit I'll give the edge to Rick Barnes over Coach Odom.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pickup team. They had, I think, 11 guys transfer. He had only one guy return off last year's team. He has something like 6 freshmen and 7 transfers on that roster. Like, I know we've got a lot of new faces, but we at least have some semblance of a culture that carries through the years and everything. So that should work to our advantage.
We got what? Estrella, Boswell, Akpara.
Let's get George in here next. George, you're on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead.
Yes, man, I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
You want some more of it?
This team been talking trash. They got all these great 3-point shooters, these 3-point marksmen. They couldn't hang with the big boys. They found out what their little schedule did for them, and I really was expecting a barn burner, man. I couldn't believe we played that well, but Gillespie came out there, lit it up. I think he had 5 threes in the first half. I was hoping we were going to pound it inside, and that's exactly what we did. I thought our game plan should be a lot like South Carolina, and man,
the fact that they lost that game last week to UMass made me feel a lot better. Like if they had been undefeated coming into this game, I would have been a nervous wreck. But you just got the feeling that we should be a physically dominant team, and we were.
Well, that just shows you how good our conference is, man. I mean,
yeah, and we're a point and a half favorite over them to open.
Well, and we're over Virginia.
Yeah, according to William Billy Playbook, Tennessee opens as
I like it.
Point and a half favorite over Virginia.
They're obviously higher than us in the net. Just simply, I mean, you can tell based off the seeding. But according to KenPom, Tennessee is 14th to them being 17th.
Also, George, I think today is a lot of it often is in modern college athletics it's also just about money, right? I mean, like those Miami kids aren't getting paid hardly anything outside their scholarship. And, we bought our roster like everybody else does in the SEC. And so that is what is supposed to happen. And it feels good that our guys are willing to show up and fight for their paycheck.
Yeah, they just really didn't have anybody to compete with Akpara and Estrella, and then we had good 3-point shooting night. Boswell hit, I think, a 3 or 2, and Gillespie just went off. I mean, but it was I was expecting a good game. I was really surprised how well we played, but I was really thrilled at how well we did.
Thrilling is a good word it was a relief too. Like once it's like, oh, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
Like
we could relax.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but when it comes to the NCAA tournament, I really don't even enjoy the winning. It's more of just the relief of not losing.
That's it right there, man. That's the best I've ever heard it described. It's a relief of not going home.
And as soon as you win, you're immediately worried about the next game.
One. Yep. Every single year.
There's only, we talked about it earlier, only one team goes home happy.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, George?
Well, I know these next 2 teams that we're playing are both, I think Virginia is ranked 9th in the AP right now, and Iowa State's ranked 6th in the AP. It's not going to be easy, but are we really favored in this game? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, at least on DraftKings, I just opened it up. Tennessee's 1.5 point favorite there. We still are waiting to hear what time it will be, but that doesn't, surprise me. We know that, it's Vegas. They're setting these lines. When you look at it, they're going to go to the analytics. And like I said, just right beforehand, I know the net doesn't have Tennessee higher than Virginia, but KenPom has Tennessee as the better team.
Yeah, we're 14th on KenPom. They're 17th, so it's close. I mean, we're both. I mean,
it should be a pick 'em.
Yeah, but we might not have Ament, or we might have a seriously degraded version of Ament.
I don't see us winning if he is not able to give us at least an average game.
Just something.
Yeah, like it can't be he can't play and Tennessee gets out of there with a win unless you just have an absolute career night from Bishop or Amari, like somebody else is going to have to step up
Yeah.
in the scoring department that's not a post player.
That's why I think the Estrella thing's got me so on edge. Have you guys seen the SEC Network tweet about the game?
To Tennessee,
now?
Miami? No.
Tennessee puts an end to the historic season of Miami of Ohio. And they've got pictures like Boswell and Barnes and Nate and Gillette. I mean, like on court, just laughing. It like they're just enjoying that they ended that poor team season.
They're enjoying that they won. I don't think it has anything to do with
No,
Miami,
it's
but-
just odd. It's an odd graphic.
Georgia's the only SEC team to not win so far. Granted, Missouri's a lower seed. They play Miami later tonight.
They got absolutely demolished.
Good stuff, George. Appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on board the Voluntary Reaction post-game show. No score as they play in the second inning at Lindsey Nelson Stadium right now. Tennessee and Missouri going at it.
Coons had a 20-pitch first inning.
Yeah, we need our bats to wake up. We did have a pair of hits in the first inning, but left a couple of guys stranded. So it looks like a good crowd over there. What a beautiful night to be over there underneath the stars at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, watching the baseball Vols do their thing.
It's disappointing when you see all those empty seats behind the home plate, though, on TV, man. I'm not going to lie. I think they ought to let the people that have those tickets know, if you show up, you'll have your seat, but there's going to be seat fillers. You got to have those seats full, man. It's a bad look on the program.
Who gets those seats?
The
standing room only people.
The Richie
Wait,
Riches.
so you're yeah, but I'm asking you who should be the seat fillers if they don't.
You go get. I go get students, dude.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take people who haven't paid and put them in the most expensive seats in the park?
If they're not there, do
they get to go to the MVP room?
No, they just get to sit in those seats.
Kind of like, yeah, you got to have the seat fillers at the Oscars. I don't mind it for today. Like a game today is a great example because the diehard Tennessee fans are going to be watching Tennessee play in the NCAA tournament instead of just, it's a regular season.
Yeah, I am. I
SEC
still am just a little bit surprised just because it's a absolutely beautiful night. Love when we've got something to do and then you got somebody cool, like Magic Mike. Hey, anybody want tickets?
Chad Morris, I don't think that's the football coach, Chad Morris, but Chad on the YouTube chat says, just glad Kerry only played 5 minutes. Hopefully we saved Nate for Virginia.
That doesn't make sense. What?
He's glad that we
Kerry
trimmed
didn't play.
Jalen Carey's minutes today. 0 of 1, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Jalen Carey, I don't think I saw him in the second half either.
No, he didn't play much.
I mean, he's a liability trying to guard on the perimeter.
Wasn't that one shot? Didn't he get blocked?
Yeah, he got his stuffs. He got stuffed. Yeah.
He is in desperate need of just. The more I look at him, I just feel like he's one of those guys where he needs to go into the Garrett Maitenwald furnace and really get himself right.
Play of the game for me was the Jacoby steal, that wild sequence where it got out of hand, and he does I'm going to shoot it. No, I'm going to alley-oop it to Estrella for the dunk. Close second would be Dwayne Brown, Debo, out in transition, delivering the facial and one on the break.
That was a freight train.
That was a good one. That was a good rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
We had some really good defensive plays. Gillespie did. I mean, those poor kids from Miami were just outmatched athletically.
Amari Abram and Troy Henderson making cameos at the end of the ball game in the final minute there. Clarence Masamba making a cameo, did have a turnover, so we made the stat sheet with a minute at the end of the first half.
This is, I know 6-11. Like you look back, you often see some wins there, and I know we saw one last night with VCU and getting that comeback against North Carolina. Do you guys feel as though like Cinderella is dead though in this era of college basketball?
No.
I mean, not to see High Point last night. Yeah.
I mean, 12 seeds, like So
I mean, we saw Howard really push Michigan
I mean,
for a while.
Siena
Duke.
played Duke incredibly well.
Yeah.
But as far as last year, you had no 13, 14, 15, or 16 seeds win. And right now, I think there's only 3 other opportunities, and every 1 through 4 seed is going to advance. Like, I even have a parlay going. It's a 16-leg parlay money line for every one of the top 16 teams. And for them all to win doesn't even get me to plus 100 odds. And I still took it because I'm that strong in my conviction that you're not going to have any of those upsets.
Well, it's pretty wild when you think about the fact that I hate to bring it up, the FAU year.
Dusty May in 23.
2 years ago.
So 2 years ago, I mean, remember
yeah.
that was like mid-major city in the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 that year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were
I mean, there was more than one mid-major.
Was that the year before, maybe like the first year of NIL? Like it was right before the explosion.
Yeah.
Which I believe is the point you're getting at.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone actually thought with NIL, you would maybe have a little bit more parity, but we've kind of got to the point to where last year, I mean, it was straight chalk. You had 4 1 seeds make the Final Four. You had all the 2 seeds except for 1 make the Elite 8, and you had a 3 seed as the other team in the Elite 8. So I'm kind of anticipating more chalk whenever it all comes, which granted, it's not as much fun for rounds 1 and 2, but when the Sweet 16 gets here, you're generally guaranteed a lot better games moving forward.
A lot better chance to get a heavyweight fight.
Yeah.
And then there's just, how much, what do you think Miami of Ohio's budget is for basketball? How much of the money they spend on basketball?
Oh, it's not much at all. I mean,
is it 7 figures?
Yeah. It's there, but I mean,
$1 or $2 million.
Yeah.
I mean, they ran into, did you see those stats this week? The programs, the public schools that spend the most?
So like Travis Steele, his base salary's $300,000.
What's Barnes make? 9
million, yeah.
Let's get a call from Roberto. Roberto, you're on Voluntary Reaction. Go ahead.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
As I said at halftime and before the game, lick that dog poop. Lick it. You like it.
Roberto is on an all-time heater right now with the predictions. I think he was 19-0.
I have lost 2 now, Russ. I've lost 2.
He's human, but he did say before the game that we're going to make Miami of Ohio lick the white dog shit.
And they did. And then we put it on a sandwich and fed it to them after they licked it. Man, that was fun. Jacoby Gillespie. It's almost like they sold out for Nate Ament, and he didn't even play. Did you notice that? It was like their entire game plan was shut down Nate Ament, and they forgot we have like an all-SEC type performer playing 1 and touching the ball every possession. Did they just not have anybody that could stay in front of him? Is that what you guys witnessed?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't see guys like that. They don't see athletes like that in the MAC, and nobody else would play them. So, like, SMU's the only team that could match up with them that they've played all year. And BJ Edwards was out. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is probably he's the best guard they've seen all year. No offense to that Boopy guy, but Jacoby's a better player right now, and he lit him up.
Yeah, that was fun. And I thought honestly, I don't think we played that great. And we just buried them.
Oh,
I thought we were good, but I don't think we were great.
We were very good in the first half.
Yes.
The second half, I don't know how much stock I want to put into that because you had a 20-point lead and you just kind of nursed that all the way through. So I would probably just push back a little bit on that, Roberto, but I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, okay, and that's fair, Davey. Maybe in the second half I was, was it hindsight's 20/20, but the nearest sight you get is what you just saw. So I don't know. Also, when Masamba came in, man, that made me laugh out loud. Guys, that's the first time I've seen Clarence Masamba in a game this year personally. Have you guys seen him play at all this year?
He's gotten some cup. He's gotten a.
I saw him get a lot of run against Gardner Webb.
Yeah, I mean, it may have been early in the year, but I've seen him.
I turned that off after about 10 minutes.
It concerned me though, Roberto, because with the injuries we do have and just no Amari Abram, like the fact that he's just completely fallen off, it's like there's really no depth if you're having to put Masamba out there.
That's fair. Is Amari Abram the biggest bust of this entire? I wouldn't call it a recruiting class, but I guess it is because technically he's a transfer. Is he the biggest bust?
I don't know if I'd call him a bust just because he was the fourth or fifth option that they wanted at that spot. Like, they missed out on 3 guys before they even got to Amari Abram, and he was kind of like, well, this is the best we have
Yeah,
left,
I never
so
really
we have to sign him.
He averaged 10 points a game at La Tech.
Yeah,
last year.
it was like we need a body who's played
Okay.
Division I college basketball before that we can at least get in here. That's how it kind of struck me. But you're hoping like, all right,
Yeah.
maybe have an off season
Yeah.
with the program, be able to develop a little bit of a shot, give you a couple of good minutes here or there, but it's just completely gone away from that.
I mean,
Is
for
it
him at that
single
point,
one of-
he's he gets to play at a big time program coming from
Yeah.
La Tech.
Is there a
so.
single one of those guys that we recruited before him that are even in the tournament at this point?
Ian McNeely, Louisville's still dancing.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I got, guys. I thought I was enjoying that. I'd like to see the baseball Vols play a little better tonight. And Barry, you were right. I'll give you that hat tip on that one. The stuff behind home plate, it's ridiculous. Even in the midweeks, it's like after the third inning, everybody gets to come down and sit like we used to in Thompson Bowling when we were kids. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Though it is full tonight. Have a good one, y'all.
It is like that. I mean, that's a baseball thing, right? You watch any major league game, including some postseason games, and you see that. It's just those high dollar seats, those people, they buy them, and they might go, they might not. But the funny thing is, you look down, like especially down the third baseline, where like those are the hardcores, man. Those seats are always full.
And yeah, we shouldn't be too hard on it today because it is the second day of the NCAA tournament, and a lot of people, probably like some of us, would rather watch all of the March Madness.
Are our folks
go
behind that couple right behind home plate? Are they there? Those main 2 seats? What do you call them, Bear?
Oh God, what is it? I can't remember. What is it we call
You
them?
know
The
what
Tubs. The Tubs, yeah. That was the late.
Yep, they're there.
The late
The Tubs are
great
there.
GQF, I think, laid that nickname on them.
Representing. I'm watching, like it's pretty full behind home plate. We got a really nice crowd tonight.
I did say Ian McNeely. I meant Isaac McNeely, but the other name I just now thought of,
I wasn't going to correct you.
Darius Miles. Or Duke Miles. Damn. I'm getting
Is
names
it
wrong.
Darius Miles in prison?
Yeah, he is.
Right,
Sorry. Well, I mean, Alabama, it's like, listen, that's been on the
Not
mind
over
this
two.
week, given recent circumstances. So,
That's true.
but yeah, Duke Miles, he's been lighting it up.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good one. Voluntary reaction post-game extravaganza live this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. Actually, I probably call it this evening, 7:06 Eastern Time. Thank you so much for being with us. My name's Russell Smith. I got Davey Hudson from Outkick with me here. The rare in-studio appearance from
We love it.
Davey Hudson, looking very handsome in his Vols pullover.
I got this for Christmas, and I
go.
told Mom, it's like, hey, I don't really give a shit about Adidas, so go ahead and give me the Nike gear while they still got it.
There you go. Bear and Walker through the glass this afternoon, taking your phone calls at 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board if you are watching on the YouTube channel. Do us a quick favor. Look down. Are you subscribed? If so, thank you very much. If not, do us a big favor. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps us grow and produce more shows like this for your listening and viewing pleasure. And, of course, hit the thumbs up button there. Give us a like to boost the algorithm. If you could do that right now, like and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it.
Wanted to give. I just thought about this. I wonder if he's listening. You think crazy Braden Crossville's listening to us tonight? I hope he's on the
Hope
mend.
so. I saw a picture of him. He's I don't know if you heard this, Dave. Braden Crossville had a bad accident, man. He's been laid up in the hospital for a while.
Yeah, I wish him a speedy recovery. We need to get back to his drunken phone calls.
Yes, indeed. Let's get Anthony in here next. Hello, Anthony.
Anthony?
Anthony, you there?
Hear
Yeah,
something?
can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Nice to get a stress-free win. I thought Miami of Ohio felt more like a 13, 14 seed type team.
And that's fair. I mean, like I said, with them being the last team in, the last at large you can get is 11.
Let me ask you guys this real quick. Just honestly, Oklahoma and Auburn are both better basketball teams than Miami and SMU.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
And why did they not get put in the tournament?
It comes down to the best versus the deserving.
Is it just a political thing?
You get the basketball purist that won't necessarily look at the numbers and they'll just simply see the win column. And they're like, oh, this team went undefeated in the regular season. There's no way they should not be in the tournament. But they weren't even the best team in the MAC. And listen, I mean, we've seen how that conference has performed so far.
What is the highest seed a MAC team has ever gotten in the tournament? Does anybody know?
I bet
What was that Ohio?
Well,
Ohio team seeded the year we played them.
They were 14, I believe, maybe 15. I do know that 99 was the last time the MAC had two teams in the tournament. So
just two bid?
Yeah, it's been a one bid league since 1999. That's another part of the reason why Bruce Pearl was kind of hammering his fist for why they should not be in.
Oh, it's a familiar name. Last time that the highest seed they've ever had.
Miami?
I know, that's why I brought that up.
No, a familiar coach.
Kevin Stallings?
No.
What year?
Tim Floyd.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, 2019.
No.
I'm baffled.
Wouldn't be them.
He is currently a coach in the SEC.
Porter Moser?
No.
Dennis Gates?
No.
Mikey White?
No.
Nate Oates.
Nate Oates.
Oh.
Buffalo, they were a 6 seed.
Okay.
A 6 seed?
That's what this
That's
says.
their highest seed ever?
Yeah, that's the highest seed ever by a MAC team. Others include Kent State was a 9 in 2002.
My AI overview is saying that Miami of Ohio was a 5 seed in 99.
I'm not seeing that.
And Kent State in 2002.
I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't trust the AI overview. Go ahead, Anthony.
I
Damn
think
AI.
before this game, we'd only made it out of the first round, or before Barnes got here, we'd only made it out of the first round 7 times. And I think this was his 7th time making it out of the first round. So, I mean, you don't take it for granted, I guess.
No, there was a crazy stat, Anthony, that if we make the Sweet 16 this year, we will join the only other teams that have done it so far. The past 3 years are Alabama and I believe UConn and us.
Yeah. You can't kind of get over that hurdle, but it was nice to see less carry today. I thought that was a pretty noticeable less carry on the floor and more Evans. There was a rumor that maybe Evans had been hurt a little bit, but Evans looked healthy today.
He did look. There was no rumor. I mean, he was hurt. He turned an ankle in the Vanderbilt game, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, it was. Yeah, it was right at the end of that Vanderbilt game that he scored 24 in the last regular season game, and he did not look the same last week in the NCAA tournament. I thought he looked much better today, and we're going to need him. You know, I mean, the last time we played a full game without Nate, he went off against a very good Vanderbilt team. So that, like, I think we can win without him Sunday if we need to. I don't know, like going forward. I don't know if we can beat Utah or Iowa State or even Kentucky without Nate Ament. But I mean, it sounds like he's just pretty hurt right now.
Kentucky should have lost today.
They should have.
Santa Clara, like that's a game you never forget. Like you're gonna wake up in agony if you're a Santa Clara fan tomorrow morning.
Like,
Did you see how they took a second? Yeah, the clock operator. That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, that clock operator went to Kentucky.
Well, their coach, I mean, I'll give Kentucky credit for getting the ball out of bounds, like throwing it inbounds, because Santa Clara's coach was trying to call a timeout after they hit that 3.
You know who that is? Former NC State coach, former Arizona State coach, Herb Sendek. Now
former Rick
Santa Clara.
Pitino coach, assistant, right?
I don't know where he came from.
He was with Pitino, man.
if you say so.
Back
I
in the
thought
day.
Estrella looked fine on the bench today. After he kind of tweaked his foot, he was over there. He wasn't getting any treatment, and he seemed like he was getting up and celebrating and everything. So I think Estrella will be all right.
Yeah, but with those things, Anthony, what always concerns me, it's not like the first 30 minutes to an hour afterwards. It's once you're completely done and you get the time to rest, and then does it swell up on you at a pretty high level.
That's true. He's an injury-prone guy, especially with his feet. Anyways, it kind of probably would have been, hindsight's 2020, but would have been nice to have him out at that point, as injury-prone as he is. I mean, the rumor is Amen has a high ankle sprain. And if he has a high ankle sprain, like a real high ankle sprain, he won't be right the rest of the season.
No, you're not getting a 100% Nate Amen playing in a Tennessee uniform again.
But he really didn't have to exert himself, obviously, much today. So, I mean, I think maybe my hope is he can kind of go out there and, give it all he's got, kind of the way he did against Auburn for one game, knowing he's got 5 days rest coming behind it. I don't know. I mean, nobody really knows. We'll see. I'm like you, Russ. I think we can beat them even if he's out there at like 75%.
Well, the big thing for him, just with, how he plays, like he could still be a great decoy out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're going to have to commit defenders to him. I mean, he was out there. I mean, he was ginger today, and the game against Auburn, I thought he started that game out kind of like he was moving around gingerly that game as well. He just kind of picked up steam as the game went on, and I mean, I could definitely see him doing that. I mean, against Virginia. I think this is a live coin toss game to get to the Sweet 16 as a 6th seed.
Yeah, I agree.
Much more.
I agree. And we'll see. This Virginia team is, again, they've been a cobbled together roster, a first-year head coach. That makes me think that if you're Rick Barnes and your program is as strong as we all believe it is, that you should be able to go out there and manufacture a win against them Sunday. Now, if you play Iowa State, like it's going up a level, and even Kentucky. But we'll see what happens. You get past the first round, there's no such thing as an easy game, and I guarantee you those folks from Virginia are not looking forward to playing us on Sunday.
No, we got underseeded. We got underseeded for sure. We're a solid team. We're a top 20 team. It's really no doubt about it. We really haven't had, other than that Syracuse loss, that was really our only bad loss all year. Other than that, everybody that's beat us has been a good team. Or even like Missouri beat us. I mean, that was on the road. So, good win.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate the phone call, brother.
I'm looking back at Virginia's schedule. How many wins do you think they have over ranked teams this year?
Oh, I had this in my notes from earlier. I think it's just one.
It is.
Louisville?
They beat Louisville, yes. And I want to say Michael Brown might have been out that day too. I don't think he played.
And we've beaten 4.
Yes. Now, granted, they have not played many. The only other ranked teams they have played this season, they lost to North Carolina when North Carolina was 22nd, and then they've lost to Duke twice.
We've beaten 4 ranked teams.
They've played 4.
We've never beaten a ranked team without Nate Amen.
Yeah.
That's true. Quick, do you know when that Virginia UNC game was? Just in case, if they lost to them, was Caleb Wilson on the floor?
This was earlier in the year.
Earlier in the year, so
Wilson was the leading
played.
scorer. Yeah, he was the leading scorer in that game.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
So we're 8-1 now, as the conference is.
Wow. Shout out to Greg Sankey.
I mean, everybody
SEC getting it done. Basketball league
was claiming it was, kind of unfair that the conference got 10 teams in.
Still the most, but yeah, I mean, right now they kind of have a good claim to be like, hey, we were best conference in the country. We still should have had another team or two in there, which, I mean, Oklahoma was the last team out, or the first team out.
Isn't that what Kim Palm was saying all year? Like, even though, like, the narrative was, like, the Big 12, the top of the Big 12 and the Big 10 seemed like better conferences, he consistently rated SEC as the top conference.
It's the deepest conference by far, yeah.
Oh, Sendek, by the way, was at Florida 89-93. It was at Providence before that.
What does Jonesy in the YouTube chat mean by all we are missing is a chick inviting Davey over for dessert?
I was invited over. I want to say it was a base Vols victory the year we won
The World
Series. Yeah.
I think I vaguely remember this. You talking about it?
I wasn't here for that show, but I remember like you got somebody called in, like a chick wanted to date.
Oh
Davey.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think she lived in like Chattanooga. That would have been a drive.
I mean, come on.
You know, the day this show gets one of you guys laid, like that'll be a proud moment for
You can't drive to Chattanooga for a piece of ass.
I mean, it was already midnight, Bear.
Again, you can't drive an hour and a half for a piece of ass.
I mean,
it's a little.
You got to
longer.
want it, Dave.
Married to the game.
You got to want it.
I remember the girl.
Married to the game.
The voice was.
Oh,
I mean, it was
like maybe a little sketchy.
no, exactly. It wasn't like your. I mean, Russell gets a crack.
Do
at.
What?
What was her name? The one that used to call in.
Lisa.
Oh no.
Purple Jesus.
Purple Jesus.
You would have had to go visit her in prison.
Lisa. God, she's special.
I haven't heard this story.
The girl who talked about eating wet cat food on Voluntary Reactions.
What?
Russell had an admirer.
Talked about eating wet cat
She sent
food?
me pizza once.
Yeah, this show's actually mellowed out from where it was at the beginning.
So I've heard back when we were bad at everything.
Yeah,
everyone was
we
pissed
had
off.
Jeremy Pruitt was our coach. We had to
We were
resort to
nothing
extreme
school.
measures to amuse ourselves. Jesse is in Nashville. Hello, Jesse.
Man, y'all are running up the greatest hits. This is good after a win when the vibes are high.
Vibes are high tonight. Vols are in the second round. You celebrate every NCAA tournament win you can get, whether it's against Miami of Ohio, against North Carolina, whoever, because you never know when the next one is going to come. So, yes, we drink from the keg of glory tonight.
Happily.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but I think the bigger beef on I don't think the whole debate was did Miami deserve to be in the tournament or not. If anything, I think it was SMU because they clearly lied about their best player being all back to play come tournament time, and that's probably what got them a bid over, as you guys talked about, another SEC team.
So on that front, we had Andy Enfield on our show with Outkick on Friday beforehand. And before he came on, they made the announcement and like SMU was posting it everywhere of like, hey, BJ Edwards is going to be able to go. So they knew they needed to get out in front after losing 5 of their last 6 without him. By far their best defensive player. I believe he was second in points, third in assists, but they just fell apart down the stretch without him. And then obviously once they got to play in that first 4 game, you could tell he ain't able to go. And it was definitely raising a lot of questions about, ethically, what is the right thing to do? Because listen, they're not the only team that's, been shady with their injuries going into this. Like I'll admit Duke's been covering up a lot. Now, granted, it wasn't like they're going to be missing out on the tournament, but it was, do they deserve the number 1 overall seed without having their starting point guard and their starting center?
Could it be possible that Andy Enfield really did think that BJ was going to play and that the kid wanted to play and he thought he was making good progress and he didn't make the last minute progress that they assumed he would?
That very well could be the case. I think a lot of people are just looking at the amount of push that they had in terms of going to media outlets and being like, hey, he's good to go. There's no reason we should not be in the tournament whenever you look at our resume as a whole. And then once we get him back, we're a different team than where we've been these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Jesse, this has been kind of the eye-opening of this type of thing is when Florida State missed out on the college football playoff a couple of years ago. When people realize that even though it's a different sport, but some of the criteria is the same where it's the most deserving versus the best teams, when people realize that these ADs and people would leave you out for injuries, like this is what was going to happen. People were going to cover things up to make sure they would get in. And whether you think that's right or wrong, like they're doing what the committee has set a precedent to do.
And we know what the money situation is for teams that get in versus, you're not making it. So those schools are going to do everything in their power to justify why they should be in and make sure that they can get that bid.
Oh, I agree. And I personally think, like, I see all the scheduling arguments and, like, the strength schedule and all that. But, like, a big part of that is, 18, 19 games of your schedule that's fixed. Like, you can't control that the rest of your conference sucks. But, you guys were talking earlier about, how Clarence got in, and Abrams is just, pretty much a flop. Davey, you probably remember this more than anybody, but how much are we wishing we didn't strike out on Cade Tyson a couple years ago in the portal, given he's had two years left at the time after his time at Belmont, and now he was putting up like 20 a game this year for Minnesota.
Yeah, that situation, because it obviously he went back home to UNC, and really he wasn't much of a factor for that team. I think that would have been a really great piece for us to have. I'm blanking on the kid's name. Like, I hope they go out and get the Belmont kid who's in the portal now, because Coach Alexander just took the Kansas State job. But they've got a really like elite scorer coming out who's entered the portal, and I'm going to find his name here momentarily.
Yeah, that was one name I was trying to think of, and I'm like, one big thing Russ always talked about. Even I remember he said it after the preseason game against Duke, like, one shooter short. And someone mentioned Cade Tyson's name the other day, and it's like, I'm going to look him up. And I didn't realize how much of a barn burner season he was having. But no, I've got the bracket pulled up here. I think this is like our region's a real tough one. Like, outside of Michigan, and I know they've had some injury issues potentially or coming into the postseason. But like, I feel like, everyone pretty much stacks up well against each other. It's the one thing about us that, we sometimes take for granted, is how just, physical our team is, and that we can turn any game into like a slugfest. And I think that's probably going to be what we're going to do against Virginia. Like, I'm not shocked that we're favored. And I think we talked about it in the post game after the conference tournament. Like, I think we saw all we needed to. It's like, it's a bummer that Nate hasn't really, taken a little bit of step forward off last week and getting a week of rest. But Gillespie definitely had his get right moments in Nashville last week, and that showed big time. And the combination that Estrella and Atpara put up today was just nuts. So I'm pretty confident going into Sunday.
I have a odd sense of confidence about it too. I think that in a one game type situation here, we can win. I still want another shot at Kentucky too. I suppose I shouldn't set my sights too far in advance, one game at a time and whatnot after all. But yeah, I think that Tennessee matches up well with Virginia. And if we can bring that defense, I don't think it'll be like today. I don't think we're going to run away from them or anything, despite whatever struggles they might have had with Wright State. But I think we keep it close with them and maybe eke one out.
Especially now that the Iceberg has made his presence known in this postseason tournament.
What is the Iceberg?
Our guy, Ethan Berg. Russ, did you get to see the halftime or the right before halftime, the buzzer beater?
Hey, yeah. Ethan Berg looked more than competent today. I thought he had a very good game. And furthermore, I won't divulge all my sources, but a young man who was at our watch party today down at Barley's said that he saw Ethan Berg. How did he put this? He was cleaning up at the Embassy Suites downtown, at rooftop bar.
Okay.
This past week.
Good for him.
Said he had about 3 ladies
I imagine he's got that exotic accent.
I don't know.
Middle Eastern.
I think
He's on cloud 9. Team playing well. Country just bombing the shit out of their rivals, you know.
It's big times for Ethan Berg. The iceberg, as Jesse's calling him. I like that.
Because you can't hey, if this is like the unforeseen contributor for another Rick Barnes NCAA tournament run, like there's no running from the guy, and it's weird. I've got a weird sense of calm about this, and I don't know if it's just like going into against Virginia. It's like we know it's going to be a slugfest probably, and how many times have we made games ugly and willed the team to win? So I'm looking forward to it. Just from some reporting on the ground, my folks are getting to attend the Tennessee baseball game in Lindsey Nelson for the first time, and they will not stop blowing up the text chain about how beautiful and great the experience is. So definitely a good vibe going on over there, in terms of the experience. So you guys have a good one. And I will talk to you guys, Jesse, probably on Sunday.
All right, man. Appreciate the phone call. Yeah, I'm glad the experience is good. It looks like a lovely evening over there. I just wish the baseball didn't suck.
Let's say the experience on the field is not matching the experience in the stands.
It does look like a bigger league stadium now on TV. It's a pretty cool shot.
Have we lost our swagger as a program?
We lost our mojo.
It's in San Francisco.
Yeah. Tony.
Left for California.
If you're going to San Francisco.
These stats for the Belmont kid I was talking about, not as good as what I saw. So I don't know if I was just mistaking the name, but Drew Skoronsky, I believe is how you say his name.
Relation to Peter?
I don't know about that. But, he would fit right in. He shoots like 60% from the free throw line. So we did well in the free throw department today. Not trying to be too negative. He shot 70%, which I said if we could shoot 70%, I think we can, at least be in every game. It's better than the 3 of 11 we were at one point against Vandy last week.
I didn't think we were at the line that much today.
We did not shoot that many free throws.
So mad about this baseball team.
We're focusing on basketball.
It's basketball season.
Tired of watching our pitching meltdown. I'm tired of watching us give up bunts for hits. I'm tired of us watching fucking strikes, not swinging the bat.
Doing the old Aaron Judge, just watching it
God
go by.
Almighty. What happened to us? It was all Tony. It was all Tony. Like he left and nobody over there has any balls. I mean, I'm looking in the dugout. We got guys just standing around. Like, where's the energy?
Because the head coach isn't in the dugout. We're staring at him, challenging him.
You think Elander goes in the dugout, we get our mojo back?
I think I would think it wouldn't hurt, Russ. It wouldn't hurt.
Would you guarantee it?
There's no guarantees in baseball, dude.
What are we doing?
I mean, we legged out an error.
Great. What are we doing?
We're not doing we aren't doing the thing anymore. I'll tell you that right now, my friend.
865-966-3435 is your number to get up with us, 966-3435. If you want to chime in here on the Voluntary Reaction post-game show, a range of emotions. We drink from the keg of glory after winning by 22 in the NCAA tournament in basketball, but it feels like our baseball program is slipping away. Greg on the text box says Nate has packed it in. Disappointing, but it is what it is.
That's not packed in.
It's false.
Absurdly false.
I wish that kid hadn't played in that first game of the SEC tournament, though.
Yeah.
I wish we'd saved his one.
Everybody said they wanted to see him. They wanted him to, quote, knock the rust off.
Yeah.
Because we thought he'd be healthy.
We were deluding ourselves.
He was. I mean, he looked good against Auburn.
That's true. I mean, he did have an awesome game.
That's why I wonder if that's when he tweaked it, Walker. You think he tweaked it then?
Probably the next game against Vanderbilt.
Maybe he tweaked it today.
Could have been early today, and we just didn't see it. I mean, high ankle sprains are weird. Not to go all Dr. Bear on everyone here, but it's a high ankle sprain isn't something you can just recover from immediately. It's something you have to sit on.
Walker, it is a complicated injury with a complicated recovery time.
It certainly is.
No two patients are the same.
No.
You just reciting lines from ER right now?
Yeah, something like that.
Magic Mike says, it's official. We suck. Pulled an A&M and hired the wrong coach.
I don't know about that. Fucking San Francisco had to hire a guy.
Oh, man, it's
and
tough.
There's no way, Walker, that he's not going to end up back in college baseball, and I won't be able to handle that.
What if he just is? What if he's really good in the MLB? The Giants could be really good.
I think that's possible.
Who's the Alabama to RLSU here?
I mean, it would be Arkansas.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It would be Arkansas,
no question.
Yeah. We got 3 games already tipped off to start the second slate of the day.
Let's go.
Iowa's up 9 on Clemson. Bennett Sturts just walking around these guys. UCF and UCLA just tipped off, and St. John's is up 13-0 on Northern Iowa.
I really don't think it'd be Arkansas, guys. I think for me, it would be Vanderbilt.
Tony Vitello's not going to Vanderbilt.
He wouldn't do that.
He does have a place in Nashville.
He hates those guys.
They don't have their. I think. I think he would come back here if you'd have to massage it just right. Like it would be very much David Cutcliffe coming back to take over for Randy Sanders, where it would have to, and Danny White. Here's the thing, man, is like Danny White wouldn't rehire him.
No, probably not. But it also wouldn't be after Elander. There would have to be another coach in between there. He wouldn't do that to Josh.
Could you imagine?
Cutcliffe wouldn't have done that if Josh gave him his blessing. If Josh is like, look, I'm done here anyway. I love the place. I love my buddy. If he you call him and say, hey man, take the job. You need to be here. Take the job. I'm gonna be just fine.
I'll tell you right now, if it comes down to it, it's not going to be Danny White's damn decision.
Can we get him to pull a Brent Pry and go back to just his old role?
I mean,
that'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, but wait, did Pry? He's not there right now, is he?
Yeah, he's the defensive coordinator with Franklin.
I mean, I'm sorry, that's the way I feel. But if Tony wants to come back, I bring Tony back.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
It's not so much of people wanting that to happen. It's just, would Tony be willing to do that if he's replacing Elander, who is a close?
If we had an opening and Tony wanted to come back to Tennessee, then they damn well better hire him.
It's been 20 years, but it's a very similar situation. Randy Sanders was the offensive coordinator here under Philip Fulmer after David Cutcliffe left to take the Ole Miss head coaching job. And when Randy Sanders was fired in 2005, remember Cutcliffe had been fired after the 2004 season, and he was moved back to town. He was living here out of coaching for a year.
But he just retired this past week. Shout out, Coach.
Yep. And it was a sensitive situation because Cutcliffe was Sanders' mentor, and I can't remember what the language was, but Cutcliffe addressed it. He's like, we had to clear some things up. We had to have a conversation and everything, but basically Randy gave it his blessing.
I've never had this conversation, and it was a little bit before my time as far as like paying attention to the recruiting aspect, too young. But had Cutcliffe stayed here, do we think Eli Manning would have also come here? We give up another home run?
No, he slid off the bag. I mean, the little things, the fucking little things, man. God,
it didn't look like he
I
slid
honestly
off the
thought
bag.
My question just made you go down a bad
that
memory.
too. You asked the stupidest questions, Davey. God, I'm tired of it. Oh man.
So what
we should have the bases loaded with 1 out, and we're gonna have 2 outs with runners first and second. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Should have bombed.
Would Eli Manning have played at Tennessee if David Cutcliffe was still on staff here?
It's a great question.
He did. I don't know. Maybe he went to Ole Miss to play for Cutcliffe there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know it wasn't a conversation, but it's like I didn't like. We know the Cutcliffe and the Manning family and what that relationship is like.
Mhm.
I also understand as far as Archie playing at Ole Miss and then Eli being able to follow those. But it's one of those things where it's like I do think based off that relationship the family had with Cutcliffe, had he been here, you might have very well been able to land Eli Manning as your quarterback of the Vols.
Maybe we should hire Cutcliffe as an analyst or something to get Arch or at least Marshall.
Marshall's he's going through the ranks right now. He's hitting the recruiting scene.
Bring me that big four-headed kid to chuck the football for us for 4 years.
Jamie is next on the Voluntary Reaction post-game show. What's up, Jamie?
Sounds like Russ is making his way to the corner. I'll be up here with you. Come on. Come on, Russ. I got you.
Oh, man.
It sucks. Hey, you're feeling like I do, man. This part of the
Jamie, we just won an NCAA tournament game, and you're sitting here trying to draw me into your kind, the legions of the miserable.
Russ, I'm just echoing. I'm just echoing, bro. I'm sorry. Did you drop a few F-bombs about how bad we suck right now?
I'm so mad. I hate it
I'm
so
too.
much.
You know, you brought up the Cutcliffe and the Sanders scenario. This is Pat Summitt and Holly Stupid Warlick is what this is. You had the top program in the sport, the top, and you go to your damn fucking assistant. That's so Tennessee. That's so Tennessee right there. Well, we'll just go get somebody to
you
fit
had
the
to
suit.
do it.
I didn't have to do it. If we weren't down 3-0, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
What would you have done?
What do you mean?
What would you have done when Tony left?
You got to go get the best coach in America, dude. You got to go get the 5 best coaches in America and offer them the job. And you can't tell me that this UT job, where we're absolutely kicking ass in the best conference on earth, that we couldn't go out and get a better coach than the assistant. And we all knew we weren't going to do that. So whenever they mentioned Josh, we were the ones that it was the drive and fan run that was mentioning, dude, to go get Elander, because we don't trust these people to go out and get the best coach. We've done set through it.
I mean, who's the best coach?
Jay
Johnson?
The only other coach we were looking at was the Coastal Carolina coach.
We interviewed the guy from Coastal.
I mean, these guys aren't moving around
so
anymore,
Tennessee.
Jamie. And it's not just
who is a good coach?
Hold on. The guy at Coastal went to the College World Series this past season. High energy guy. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would have worked out. Maybe it won't. And by the way, like it's not over yet with Elander. It's just we're stumbling out of the gates. I mean
we're stumbling out of the gates. You're right. It's not over yet.
That's pretty obvious. But I mean, keep in mind, Jamie, like the timing of it. Tony leaves in late October. Okay, it's the middle of the first semester. A lot of coaches already set. Do you want to follow a legend? I don't think it's going to be as easy to go and quote hire the best coach in America as you make it out to be at that time.
Well, not at UT it ain't. Not at UT it ain't. You'll admit. Okay, I'll admit that. If you'll admit that we don't really do the best job of going looking for coaches now, really, do we?
Well, I mean, like, are you saying like just like historically under this administration?
Historically, in our we'll say since the turn of the century.
What does like a Mike Hamilton or Dave Hart coaching search have to do with anything that's happening like right now?
Well, because it's not Mike Hamilton and Dave Hart that makes the decisions.
Yeah,
it's the Haslam's and it's the guys that write the big checks. Am I wrong? Have I been misled this whole time? I always thought it was the billionaire.
Certainly for football and maybe to a lesser extent basketball. I don't know. I don't know if they put their finger on the scale for baseball and women's basketball.
That's a good point.
Which, I mean, those are the two major hires that Danny has made, right? Football is kind of – there's a little bit of an asterisk there because of, again, circumstances.
Yeah, and the way we kind of offered it to James Franklin right after he talked about integrity, so we wouldn't get Hugh Freeze and then go out and offer the job to James Franklin, who's got former players in prison for running trains. But that's our athletic director. That it wasn't until it was just as recent as this summer that we were blowing sunshine off his ass. The guy's done more. I think he's going to end up in the same category as a Dave Hart and a Mike Hamilton when he's done here. He fell into Tony Vitello and totally fucked that whole thing up. I mean,
Tony was gone regardless of who the athletic director was.
Yeah, but Davey, that could be the point. That could be a fact. But didn't he also admit that he never spoke to him in person?
I'm not going to say Danny handled this well, but I think that situation ends to where the only thing you're looking at differently is just his approval rating among the fan base. It's not going to be the outcome is not changing at all depending on whoever's in his seat.
Agreed.
Well, David, didn't you say when you went out there to San Fran that the guy said he really didn't know up until the day he made the call?
He said that it was a tough decision, yes.
So to be fair, a competent athletic director might have been able to hang on to him.
If he had a little bit better relationship with Danny, I think he still goes because it's Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it was the chance to make history. And if we know anything about Tony, he is a guy that is a trailblazer. And so even with talking with him, Jamie, I did say that, but I do honestly believe from that conversation and other things he have said, he was going to go regardless and have a chance to be the first non-professional baseball experience guy in college to just make the leap.
I can get by. I can understand that. I know how he was one of these type of characters around here that, you can't. He's at all the games. He's standing on the sideline. He's jumping up and down like a fan.
One of us.
You couldn't ask for a better ambassador.
One of us.
You couldn't ask for a better ambassador.
No, but my point is more like I thought that the guy just absolutely loved being here at UT. I that's the impression he left me, and that's why I thought when you say hey. Making
the two aren't
from
mutually
exclusive,
Jamie. He did absolutely love being here at UT, but it's Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and I guess we'll never know, but I definitely acquiesce to you gentlemen. Man, it feels good. Go ahead.
My question is, because I feel like you're about to transition, I am curious what qualms you had with Rick Barnes coaching today.
None today. We played with our food a little bit in the second half, but I was telling the people I was watching the game with, I have no problem with that, guys. It's tournament basketball. Miami has no shot at getting back in this. Of course, there's a little disinterest, and we got to save ourselves because we play in 24 hours. So I don't blame the guy. Like if this was January or February and we're playing around the second half with a team that's worse than I could see being upset. But no, I really don't have any problem. As a matter of fact, this might be. Have y'all talked about this? Could be one of our better wins of the year. The way that we pretty much handled it from the 15-minute mark on. It was never in doubt, really.
No, I mean,
are y'all in shock?
No, once we got a handle on things and they, got in their grill defensively. Yeah, I mean, it was over.
Yeah.
For me, it was when Jacoby started dropping threes. Yeah, and I think that
they
realized
it was good to see him.
That he had them covered.
Yeah, you're right, Barry. It was good to see him come out of that slump. I'm wondering if it was just the rest that he needed, being late in the season, a little banged up.
Legs maybe tired.
Could use a little rest. Be. Yeah. Did y'all see any of Hubert Davis's post game?
Did I see it? I was jerking off to it last night.
No.
I feel you, bro. Dude, hey, as a guy, he might have well just said, "Hey, man, fucking fire me, bro." But it's over. I love it when coaches turn questions around like, "Hey, man, why did you only play 6? Because that was my decision." Yeah, we fucking know that, Rick. We're asking you.
Whoa.
What we're asking you is why you did it. I mean, goodness gracious. Well, I had Santa Clara winning in the bracket. I like to pick some of these upsets. I had them winning in the bracket. I thought I was going to be all Johnny basketball today, but man, I certainly saw on Twitter where John Reed's kicked ass today. Whoo, goodness! Y'all see what he pulled on that game?
No.
Oh man, I think he's got a screenshot. Y'all pull it up on Twitter. I think he pulled over $2,000.
Woo!
Nice
on the Tennessee game.
Well done.
I think he did the alternate spread from 11.5 to 20.5.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, that guy's got some balls. But anyway, guys, I'm happy. I'm so excited. It makes this next game coming up, man. This is tournament basketball now. Game round 2. Winner gets into the Sweet 16, which is significant, and loser goes home. And when we're playing an opponent that you can't play around with, but I have no problems with today. Really happy about, getting in and getting out, mostly injury free. like I said, under Barnes, man, one thing you count on is we're gonna smother you on defense, and that's turning out to be how you win in these type of games. We'll see what happens in Virginia. So Virginia's pretty much, would you say, Russ, that they're the like carbon different, the completely opposite? They got the size down low and to fight with it.
I mean,
okay.
they're an ACC. They're a Power 4 team. They got the size, they've got guards, they've got depth, much better. Defensive team. They are one of the two. They're one of those teams. They're top 20 in both. I think Ken Palm offense and defense.
Yeah. Well, I guess Virginia, whenever they lost their Hall of Fame head coach, they did the right thing, or maybe we'll see. Being a 3 seed and you're number 1, that's pretty. That's something else.
They didn't. Right? Another one that they just gave it to the next guy, and Bennett, he bruised it a little bit where he quit right before the season. Mm-hmm. But they did the smart thing where they didn't name Sanchez head coach, right? They
gave him the interim.
Yep. And then it didn't work out.
And then they went out and got the guy that beat them when they were the 1 seed, and he was a 16 seed at UMBC.
Well, I was hoping the days of just watching incompetent athletic directors over there. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. I hope that, like you said, Russ, if something happens and Rick says he's done, that we do the right, the easy thing, man. It's teed up for us. Don't go looking for, these bottom of the barrel coaches whenever you're UT. Don't pretend to be a program that we're not, man. We're upper echelon. Like I said, we're right at the coattails of blue blood in all these sports, and we need to start acting like it. Y'all hang on. It was good to hear from you guys. Y'all hang in there.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the phone call.
Bruce is just sitting there right in the studio. Surprised he didn't make a comment about going out and getting him. Yeah.
Oh, we won. I mean, he's happy.
Yeah, I know, but again, we got to be looking forward. Rick's not got that many years left.
He's
coaching.
Looking forward. He's setting that up, man. As we lose Sunday, that'll be the call.
Yeah.
Who? Pearl?
What do you think?
Damn mind.
Versifer. It's his guy.
We know where Jamie Utah wants to go with that. Reed did put down an alt spread. Originally, it was 17.5. He put 500 to win 1,500, and then it was a $300, $350 bet live for Tennessee minus 20.5. Or maybe that actually might not be live, but yeah. So he cleared.
Damn,
it's a good day's work.
He was complaining earlier about being on the wrong side of UNC in Santa Clara, so I don't know how much he lost there, but
he likes posting slips.
People only post the wins. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I know. I was just telling Walker. I can't remember what I said.
Y'all see the female Angel Hernandez, that gal from the Reds game the other night, call Chapman out? Did you guys see that? The female ump in the Reds game the other night? You didn't see it?
I didn't see
that. I've been March Mad. I've been March Madness up. I haven't watched anything.
I've not turned my attention to baseball yet.
This guy, the Reds pitcher, grooves a strike. I mean, they've got the box. It's right in the middle. And like the catcher's like, he's just throwing it back. And then he's like, she calls ball. And before he even throws it back, taps the helmet. And they're like, yeah, it was right in the middle of the zone.
Oh, it's so funny.
And that's what, the college umpiring is, oh God, it's so shitty.
You want to know what it's a small thing about Tennessee that I just get so mad at watching these games. Our camera angle from the pitcher to the batter sucks.
It's brutal.
It's horrible. Why is our camera shooting from behind our pitcher? We have no idea what the strike zone is watching this thing.
I just can't watch anymore, Walker. I had to put it back on basketball.
Yeah. Bear turned it off.
I thought Russell was going to smash his microphone. We have 3 on. Bases loaded.
Oh, there's a
called strike 3 on a terrible pitch. It should have been 3-2.
It looked like a high curveball that just stayed above, and he called it. Which was the same pitch he called the ball 5 pitches before.
And I'm about to throw this microphone through the glass at you guys because we come back and Coons throws one in the exact same spot, and it's a ball.
Such crap.
Yeah, I jumped from my chair twice. I thought something was wrong.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know what our record would be with Tony here, with Tony not. I guarantee you one thing. If that had happened under his watch.
And this is, again, where we've lost our balls. Where
Tony
it's
and
like,
Frank would have been giving it
Reese, throw your damn bat on the ground and get in that ump's face and tell him how much he sucks.
We're literally losing our balls.
Somebody get thrown out of the game. Like, you're going to just – it's so low energy, man.
Oh, man.
Where's all this smoke coming from now? Are you watching this?
Yeah.
Is grill blowing up again?
What the? Yeah, there's smoke coming in from right field, from center right field.
Maybe one of the
Our program is burning down.
It's grilling.
Well, did you see? We had a grill catch on fire earlier this year.
Yeah.
It's like the boat all over again.
Oh, that's high.
That should have been. That's the
There's
sign,
omen.
right?
Good stuff.
A portent.
I mean, good thing we don't have band members there.
Like,
God.
so
Could be
Levi
a popcorn
Clark,
machine.
who is a linchpin to this team coming into the season, right? He's a guy that has to play well. He's one of our higher rated recruits, second year, had a nice freshman year. He has a terrible slump to open the season. You take him out, but you work him back in, and he's had back-to-back good games. I think he's 4 for 8 with 3 walks in his last 2 games. And you know, left-handed starting pitcher today, and he doesn't get the start.
Yeah. Who started? Like, who took his position over?
Well, basically Antigua. Grimmer's been playing first base. Stonelaws is catching today.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could have DH'd Levi. You could have, played Jay Abernathy at second, Garrett Wright in center, and then, start playing it. Like, you could have done Levi could play outfield. I mean, that's one I have a question on. We better come back and win this game, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know if I'm ready to deal with you being red ass, like super red ass.
Well, I mean,
about baseball.
Look, if it goes poorly and like our season, like if this is just we recede back into irrelevance, then we're going to stop caring about it. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's baseball, and it's a lot of fun when you're good, like we have been good, but we're not going to talk about and rally around a mediocre college baseball team.
No.
Like it's just going to go back to what it was, which is something we don't give a shit about.
Awful
someone
to think about.
That's not something that happens slowly over the course of 3 or 4 years. It will drop off a cliff. If we have a losing record this season and we don't go to the tournament or we don't host a regional, like we won't, our good players will transfer away. We will cease to bring in good players because Tony's left and like our mojo is gone, and we will go right back to being irrelevant in the sport. Like it will go off a cliff. It's not going to happen over 3 or 4 years. It will happen this season and it'll be over.
And on that note, it's going to be even worse than normal if it does because of what could be looming for Major League Baseball and the elite recruits you currently have committed. If you start just having those guys drop, that's always going to be a what could have been. Had you get those guys that are committed to you now, you eventually see what they're doing at the next level.
Like if you're Trent Grunlinger or Ethan Moore, who are top 100 prospects who are basically redshirting this year, they're on the team but just not playing much. Are you going to stick around? Like if we just suck this year?
Well, no. And on top of that too, it looks as though the culture is not the same, and the culture's been the draw for being Tennessee. I mean, Tony had talked about, obviously he won the championship in 2024, but he's like, if there's ever going to be a documentary about Tennessee baseball, it's going to be the 22 team. Like he said that is the team that changed college baseball. And if you don't have this season go well, how Tennessee fans view it, Russ, like you're mentioning, it is going to be a absolute massive failure in terms of where this sport could go for this program.
God, I'm so mad.
Someone just tweeted at me. Apparently the smoke in the stadium, it's from a controlled burn in Tellico that has gotten into the jet stream.
Really?
You have got to be kidding me.
So that means it's going to be outside here.
That's just someone who tweeted at me saying
it's like 40 miles away, right?
It's
down in your old stomping
It's
grounds.
even farther. Like, no, there's Tellico Village. And is it they're talking Tellico Village, Tellico Plains? Because one's a lot.
Tellico.
Has it been that damn dry that they're doing a controlled burn?
Controlled burn.
Controlled burn.
Only in Knoxville.
Don't they know we got a baseball game going on right now out in Tellico?
Well, this is miserable.
We won an NCAA tournament game today, guys.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling great.
Yeah, but we're all sitting here watching us down 3-0 at fucking Missouri of all people. I mean, they're not even good. They don't even care about this sport.
Didn't they beat us the year we won it all?
Was that the year that we went out there as the first series and it was like 20 degrees out there?
I think it was that
I think
year.
we won one of two out there, but it was
No, we
bad.
got swept.
All right, here we go. Home run on
Bang.
the board.
Bang.
Stone.
Was it solo?
Yeah.
It was solo.
Wallace.
All of them.
Wallace. It's funny how closed captioning what they're calling him Wallace.
All right, guys, wake up. I hate having this conversation. Wake up, win this game, sweep these clowns, and let's act like we got a pair, man.
Be a man.
Let's get our damn swagger back, please. Coastal Vol says, my buddy on the Giants training staff in Arizona saw Tony the other day walking around surrounded by a posse of folks decked out in Tennessee gear. He still loves us. Bruce 2.0.
No, unlike Bruce. I think it's insulting to Tony to compare him to Bruce personally.
This is going to be worse than Bruce like 5 years from now.
Tony,
Yeah,
we
Bruce
won it
never
all.
brought us a national championship.
No.
Yeah.
And Bruce also like didn't leave of his own fruition.
He kind of screwed us in the end there.
Yeah, he just left.
He bounced.
Yep.
He got fired.
If no one with again, like we've had success under Rick Barnes. I know we've not been able to have the illustrious Final Four run, but if today's current NCAA standards were what they were 15 years ago, I think they could have hired him back.
Ballsbury says Dave Hart hired the greatest basketball coach in school history. Sucked at football hires, but I'll take the best basketball coach.
Rick Barnes fell ass backwards in a fucking Dave Hart's lap. You know that Dave Hart got lucky that Texas,
He did get so
in their
lucky.
infinite fucking wisdom down there in Austin, decided to fire their first ballot Hall of Fame basketball coach because he wouldn't go along with other people dictating his staff to him. You can't do that with Hall of Fame guys. They're not going to do that.
I look at that as kind of like the Calipari thing with Kentucky, where Barnes he was doing what Cal was doing at Kentucky, where it was like 3 or 4 years in a row of first round flameouts in the tournament.
Yeah.
The fire was gone. It wasn't the same. And getting fired like that and coming here and hitting the reset button it juiced him up, man. And he's been a better coach here than he was down there in the last couple of years. And just like Calipari he's refound his swagger at Arkansas.
I've been to me, it's the most amazing thing about Barnes' tenure here is how much he's changed and evolved as a coach and all of that, in this day and age of NIL and transfer portal and the way the kids are now. And who would have thunk it would have been Barnes?
Ed says, why are we starting the damn Little Mermaid at second base today?
That's not nice.
That's what Ed said.
That's not nice.
By the way,
it's unnecessary, Ed.
The same guy tweeted at me again. It's Connect Amic 24. Apparently, it's out at Tellico River near Green Cove.
Pretty sure that's Roberto.
Is that Roberto?
What's the handle?
Connect Amic 24.
Yeah,
that's him. Shout out Roberto.
It's Roberto.
All right, fellas. Well, let's try and end on a positive here.
Lady Vols are about to start playing.
Damn it, Walker. What do you?
And apparently Janiah Barker will not be playing tonight.
Oh, was she cuss out the coach right before during the national anthem or something?
I think this may be an actual injury related. She wasn't listed on the.
Did we have a fight in the locker room or something?
I don't know.
Paldo twins versus did what's her face come back? Ruby
Whitehorn.
Ruby Whitehorn come in with a damn 2x4 and clear out the locker room.
I think she has a match, an unlit matchstick in her mouth when she's doing that.
Lord.
She was bad. She didn't even get kicked off the team for that.
I bet his heads are falling off.
She got kicked off because she's rolling around smoking weed. It's one thing to get caught
smoking
with
that green dirt.
But
Dang.
driving around smoking it.
At least she didn't have an Aiden Holloway amount of weed with her. Can you imagine a drug dealer on Pat Summit's program?
Never.
Pat had some bad girl. Pat was able to keep them all in line while they were here.
Who did she have a bad girl?
Didn't Shamiqua Holtzclaw get a credibly accused of attempted murder?
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, there was that.
There was that.
I mean,
one.
that was like 10 years after she had left here, right? What did she do? Threw a damn pipe bomb in somebody's car or something?
Like fired a pistol, like busted out the girlfriend was locked in her car to, I guess, Shamiqua was coming after. She like poured gasoline through the window and tried to light it on fire.
Don't mess with Shamiqua.
What's the all-time best Lady Vol lesbian power couple? While we're just completely burning it down here, it was Glory Johnson. She was with what's her face?
Brittany Griner.
And then,
yeah, but is that really a lesbian thing?
All right.
All right.
There.
On that note, we can't end there. We cannot end there.
No.
We have to have actual basketball analysis.
Well,
22-point win in the NCAA tournament. It is to be celebrated each and every time. Thank you, Rick Barnes, for giving us this. Dear little baby Jesus in your playpen there, learning about your ABCs. Please heal Nate Amon's ankle tonight. Please place your healing hand upon him. Give him strength.
Make sure JP's not hurt either.
Please, Nate. Come on, bro. At least give us one last spurt, man. If you come back and lead us to victory Sunday, but you just can't go after that, and we lose to Iowa State, not Kentucky, I can live with that. I won't be happy about it, but I can live with that. I don't know if I can live with, this being how you go out and then we go out Sunday. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. Davey?
I mean, the last couple of years we've talked about we can see those teams making the Final Four. That's not been the conversation this year. So what if it's the team we're not expecting? Be a little positive there. Listen,
you
you
can
can
mess around and go to the Final Four.
You beat Virginia, you get to the Sweet 16. I don't know. Maybe Kentucky or Iowa State has a catastrophic injury and their entire team just
Let's go
decimated.
ahead and shut Nate down now for 2 weeks. We'll bring him back at the Final Four.
I've heard
Book
worse
it.
ideas.
Book it.
But hey, no, great win today. It's one of those situations where, coming into this, it's like, hey, are the guys going to be a little on edge? They came ready to play. You love to see it. Hopefully they can continue that against Virginia. I do think it's going to be a dogfight. I do not see, one team just absolutely pulling away for that one, but looking forward to being here on Sunday, breaking it down.
I don't know. I guess my only real fear is this is going to be like the year we blasted, who was it, Longwood? And then was that the year that Michigan beat us? We had Kennedy Chandler.
Yeah, somebody brought that up. It does kind of feel like that, doesn't it?
That's one of the things I'm concerned about, mainly just because I'm, Nate and our lack of competitive depth.
Well, let's win Sunday, and we'll figure out the rest after that. Walker Smith, excellent work by you today, producing the playbook.
It's been a long day for Walkman.
The short drive and voluntary reaction. Yeah, he's been putting in the hours.
It's not much work. I sat here and watched the NCAA tournament. It was good.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Bear, any parting thoughts?
No, just I'm relieved that we had a comfortable evening. I did not want to go through a root canal game with these guys. So
You up for one Sunday?
I mean, it's going to have to be. I mean,
one.
there's no easy games. If you're lucky, you get one easy game like this in the tournament. But just be thankful you got one and get ready to go on Sunday.
God forbid we lose that game Sunday and then have to come on here while we're potentially playing for a series or trying not to get swept or something in baseball.
Is that Yahoo Mail, Davey, you got there?
Yeah.
Glad I'm not the only one who still has a Yahoo account.
I do.
Yeah.
I've got like 30,000 emails in there I've never opened.
I know. I try to keep this one cleared for a lot of stuff, but yeah, just clearing out the.
Whenever I find my personal email, like on a big email list
Mhm.
of like other people and everybody's on Gmail except for me, I feel so lame.
I actually have both.
Nice.
I do as well.
I just have 2 accounts right now. It's good.
Well, I've got Yahoo is my original one, and I've got a Gmail account that's not completely. Like I work very hard to keep it unspammed.
Yeah, that's same here.
Bases loaded with 2 out now for Missouri. I'm going to get out of here before I blow it down. Gasket! Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight on the Voluntary Reaction. We will talk with you Sunday after Tennessee and Virginia right here on Fan Run Radio.